TransFormed is a bilingual research and intervention project that seeks to increase access to health and social supports for two-spirit, non-binary and trans folks in the GTA.
Il est fait par METRAC en anglais et il est fait par le Centre francophone du Grand Toronto en français. C'est un projet qui traite la violence dans les communautés trans, bispirituelles et non-binaires. En travaillant avec METRAC, ça nous permet d'avoir une communauté vraiment vaste et inclusive qui travaille avec nous. On aura la possibilité de travailler avec les communautés qu'on travaille peut-être moins avec ou qu'on n'a pas vraiment eu un contact avec avant. Alors, je trouve ce projet, je trouve vraiment très intéressant, qui nous enrichit beaucoup.
I would say that there's a certain scarcity of information and resources regarding non-binary and trans folks and sexualized violence. So despite us being disproportionately affected by it, we really don't have much to turn to. We face misgendering, we face just straight up rejection from these resources. And I think with projects like these, it's not fixing it immediately, but there's some hope that there will be change in future.
The funding has allowed us to engage community members. It's also allowed us to bring multiple service providers together to talk about issues impacting the community. And it's going to allow us to develop health motion tools and an intervention. The health motion tools are really geared towards community members. Those are folks who identify as being a part of the two-spirit community, the non-binary community, trans community, or the vast gender spectrum that exists beyond being cisgender. We're also developing 2 trainings as an intervention, and these trainings are geared towards service providers in multiple sectors to really address some of the issues or the barriers that currently exist when it comes to access. With our peer leadership group, we've been able to center specific communities, such as the two-spirit community and folks who identify as such, and non-binary folks, to allow for a more in-depth conversation about being trans and their association to trans communities.
I think the value of having a peer leadership group setting for this project is very much the different backgrounds and professional and personal experiences that everybody is coming from. The project is targeting, a community that experiences so many different things in so many different ways.
So in drag, I would identify as a drag monarch. So I'm non-binary in and out of drag. And outside of drag, I am a gender flux, I am non-binary, I am transgender, I am a disabled person. There's a lot of entitlement toward our bodies and how we are navigate the drag scene. A lot of us get touched without our consent, whether we are binding or packing people. There's a lot of gropage that goes on, which is really gross, and it's not really considered a serious thing because performers are just there for your entertainment, right?
So when I first entered this project and when I first found out about it, the 2 key things that came to mind immediately were visibility and support, and that's what I wanted to bring as a peer leader, both with my lived personal experiences but also with the professional experiences I've had. And I wanted to enter it with the kind of intersections that I hold, being non-binary, being a person of faith, being a person of color.
When you have a group that is directly impacted by this violence, being able to inform the questions and the content of the project, you are provided with a higher degree of nuance and understanding, and it really does come through. I'm hoping to achieve more visibility for our communities. The two-spirit community, the non-binary community, the trans community, and how they overlap with the BIPOC community, the drag community, the disabled community.
It also expands my horizon in a way, and it informs me because I'm being immersed in community in a way that had I not been a part of this project, I might not have been. I'm hearing different perspectives, I'm meeting different people, and I'm expanding on ideas that I have had with my own lived experience. Checking in with our service providers to make sure that the kind of support that people who experience partner violence in the two-spirit, non-binary and trans communities are getting when they seek support.
We completed an a very thorough environmental scan and literature review to really help us to develop a comprehensive research package. And we've also engaged so many stakeholders and community members, so we're seeking to merge and integrate that data to really help us to develop meaningful products for the community and impactful training for service providers.
L'un des plus grands succès que je peux dire qu'on a vraiment réussi à ce projet-là, à ce moment-là, c'est d'avoir impliqué la communauté et d'avoir vraiment recherché les solutions, parlé avec plusieurs personnes, demandé à plusieurs personnes, que ce soit avec le sondage ou avec les entrevues ou bien les focus groups ou tout ce qu'on a fait. Le grand succès, c'est qu'on a fait le pas vers l'aide, le pas vers le service. On a vraiment dit on est là.
The biggest success we've had to date has been the completion of the Key Informant interviews, the online survey that engaged over 130 participants, completing the 4 focus groups as well as individual interviews. Those, I would say, was the biggest success because they've been informed by the peer leadership group where members of the community actually were placed in positions of leadership to co-facilitate, to be interviewers, and also to help with the data analysis during the debriefing sessions.
And I'm so excited for getting to the end and getting the results and building the resources that we've been working on and to be able to share that with the community and create a positive change.